Hey everybody, Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio. I'm back. Yeah, took a couple weeks off. Was interesting because definitely started to concern people. Where'd she go? Had Mother's Day, and then I attended an event myself, a workshop last weekend. So here I am back again to give us our weekly check-in, Memorial Day weekend. So I'm going to be using the Heaven to Earth Magenta Bridge spray, and this is just to kind of help us learn from our past and help us, recognize the sacrifices that other people have made to bring us into an evolved process of how to treat each other and things like that. So, my my friend today from our crystal shop, the Shine Your Light crystal shop, has polychrome jasper. This is basically this stone is really calling out to me as far as like a healer of like the body and blockages in it. But it's also about physical boundaries, which I'm always working on for personally. So, um, yeah, it's a good one. This one here is a $30 stone. So if it feels good to you to like, I mean, you could see the size of it is real good to hold on to, just, support. You might come check out the shop. The shop's open today, or you can send us an email if you want something shipped to you. She's still working on getting her online store up and running, but she's here till 5 today. Okay, let's see. A couple of events I want to tell you about. Next, let's see. The new moon ritual is this week on Thursday. It's a nice, gentle new moon. Good time to do some manifesting. There's a light council channeling session. That's a 2-hour session on June 7th from 6 to 8. And then the next Friday we'll have the guides. And the way that they're different is the light council is just a channel. So it's channeling non-physical, higher dimensional information. Whereas the guides are like your guides showing up as a group to talk and give some lessons. They're just a little bit different feel, more me translating with the guides and with the light council transmit. Okay. All right. So you guys, if you played here before, you got to just type me please in the comments. So the me please in the comments will get you a personal card. I'm going to use the L key deck today for us. Okay. So, this is a focus for the week. So the first part is you'll get a reading, and those of you who are on YouTube, you kind of hit the top of the list first, just because YouTube does that. So lets you do it earlier. So if you're on Facebook, I'm coming, I promise. I'm just, just want you to know that we have a list that I'm going through. Okay, here we go. So this is the start of your reading. Okay, this is the start of our collective group. All right. Also, just remember to ignore the trolls. If anybody says DM me, they're not with me. I'm a one-man band over here. I do not have the energy or time to be also DMing all of you. Okay, here we go. All right, start of the week. First card from the Yantra deck, Truth Upside Down. Okay, so this is when you're really trapping yourself in obligatory energies. I kind of feel this myself. This is like where you're not choosing freedom. You're not choosing yourself in relationships. You're choosing other people's limitations, other people's demands. This is how we start the week off, okay? This is what is going to help us in focus. Stay as present as possible. Is this really happening right now? Am I okay right now? Do I really have to say yes to everything? No, I don't. So that's what the helper card is, okay? Okay, truth and trust. End of the week. Trust is upside down, and we're just not feeling confident this week. This is probably why. Stay present. Stay present. I know my anxiety is a little higher than normal, and I feel like the energies can be pretty intense at this moment in time. I feel like I say that a lot though. So it's a new moon week. We're moving into trying to take more energy into ourselves. So the truth and trust upside down tells me this week's going to feel like you're a little skeptical. It might be good to be skeptical. It might be good to ask more questions. Don't make any assumptions and assume maybe you don't know the whole truth. Okay. All right, here we go. Next. All right, so this is the start of your personal reading. If you're watching this later, this is how you can participate. If you're watching this now, this is your first card. Now, if you're watching now and you're hearing messages that are yours, that feel like they're yours, but your card is, or your name's not up on the screen, which will show up over here, that still could be for you. And they oftentimes will bring a 3 times a charm message to us where it's for all of us. Okay. So I think it's worth listening to. We only do a 30-minute stream here. So personally, I know it takes a lot to get me to be able to listen to something for 30 minutes, but if you want to hear the whole messages, stick around. All right. First card, 1, 2, or 3. Now just feel into your heart. What number feels like it's calling you? Okay, here you go. If you picked 1, you're going to be working on she who nurtures, empathy, gentleness, and insight. Okay, now with that truth card, it's going to be really important. She has her eyes forward and open. She has her mouth slightly open too. This all matters, and it's in its metaphors of you can ask questions, you can speak up, but you can be gentle about it as well, compassionate. If you picked 2, you're going to want to focus on she who questions. Okay, remember the truth and the truth and the trust, curiosity, destiny, search. Now she's got her little flower, which is drawing in, kind of some friends or some helpers to communicate with her. Her eyes are a little bit more closed because she's asking and she's introspective. That's going to be the focus for you this week. If you picked 3, you're going to work on she who flies. Okay. This is dare, do, reach. So those of you who picked 3 this week, go ahead and be the light shiners. Go ahead and do the things, reach for the things that you need to reach for. The rest of us, if you picked a 1 or a 2, you're going to want to just hang back a little bit and stay as present as possible. Let the doers do. The rest of us ask questions. All right, here we go. So I'm going to call at the bottom of the list just so you guys know you're down there and I'm coming. So Alicia, Deanna, Kelly, Matthew, Natalie, Safari, Spirit. Okay, I'm coming, I promise. But let's start at the top. Hannah and Isabella. Hannah, she who resists. Now, I want you to notice this woman is holding a bloody knife, okay? Fearless, justified, and resistant. Now, she's willing to kind of look the other way, move on, but she's also willing to say no. Especially with that truth and that confidence, she's willing. She's got her mouth closed. She doesn't have to say anything. She's fought before. Now she's going to resist if she needs to. And that's, with the truth and the confidence card, that tells me just be present, be available to say no to the things that need to be said no to. Isabella, if you picked 2, it's doubling down. This is she who questions, curiosity, density, and search. Okay. Ask lots of questions, be open to who and what the answers might be, and just kind of be in kind of questioning mode this week. Okay. Cynthia, she who is present. Okay. So we already got the present card. So they're doubling down on that one. Now awareness and acceptance. Okay. So this card is basically saying, this is how you find your power, as you get really into accepting your present self. Your present self is just very aware and paying attention. Okay. I mean, it's always good to be present, but this week for you in particular. All right. Now I shuffled and they are bringing this message doubled down. Okay. So see the acceptance part. She accepts what's there. It doesn't mean it's okay. She's just, okay, I accept what's happening because I have to before I can do anything new. Okay, so this week, just kind of acknowledge that your presence requires you to accept what you see. Okay, you can't be in la la land. Okay, Nicole, you are she who frees. Look at, she's throwing her chains into the ocean. Okay, and she's looking, look at her face matters. She's like, I am done. So liberation, unrestrained freedom. Okay, with everything else this week, no, you are the one who can throw away the bondage. You can throw away the chains. You don't have to be bound by anything else. Okay. Seth. Okay, she who resists, fearless, justified, and resistant. So same as Hannah, you've already battled. Pay attention to what you need to stand up for and stand up for it. Do what you need to do. Be swift about it. No, you don't need to mince words. Okay. Addison, You're going to be focusing on forgiveness. Okay. Little elixir, remorse, guilt, forgiveness for yourself, for others, maybe even where you could be more truthful and confident yourself. Little forgiveness for where you haven't been. Okay. Tiff. She who prepares, formulates, strategize, and devise. Now, see, this is the headpiece represents like been there before, skilled as can be about this. The battle, the sword is down because the battle's not actually happening, but there's maybe some things to do. So this week is a good strategy week for you and being as present as you can with the strategy. Okay. Kara. Okay, third time's a charm. She who resists. Fearless, justified resistance. Okay. So go ahead and stand up for yourself. Go ahead and stand up. I'm going to pull the book out. I'm going to give you the questions that the book gives us just for a little extra insight. So this is for all of us this week, you guys. It's showed up now 3 times. It's for all of us. Am I allowing my power to be blocked? Is my anger justified? And is there a peaceful way to resist? Okay. So just kind of keep that in mind this week. All right. Tatiana, you are going to be wild, okay? She who is wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious, okay? So just being free and be yourself and see how she's just kind of like literally just like eyes are closed because she's so inward dancing. She's got her phoenix there. She's got her incense with her. She's just herself. That's all you got to do this week. Cece. Okay, she who whispers, okay? Secrets, confessions, and confidant, okay? So just give yourself a minute to acknowledge that this is a week. See how she's not speaking. She's got her finger over her lip. She's even she's looking to the side. She's thinking, she's holding things in even for other people for just a minute. I mean, it's not a bad secrets. It's just like, maybe I don't need to go scream this from the rooftops kind of thing, okay? Diane, oh, I shuffled. It came twice. Okay, so Diane, same thing. Confessions, confidants, find people who you can trust, give the information over to who you can trust, and then just let it go. Don't be nervous if it does get out, by the way. The guides are saying if anything is held in a secret that is ready to be revealed, it can be done in love and light and acceptance. Sometimes we hold ourselves in darkness when we don't need to. Okay, so other people do too, hold themselves in darkness. Just let yourself kind of know that. Patty, she who forgives, remorse, guilt, and forgiveness. So this week, the little elixir. See, she's got her eyes open, her mouth closed. She's a little smile. She's going to forgive some things this week. She's going to let herself be forgiven as well. All right. Focusing on being as present as you can with doing your best this week and forgive what wasn't done. Kimberly. Okay, 4th time's a charm, you guys. She who resists. I'm going to read some more from the passage just because this is the 4th time we've seen her. And it's for all of us, okay? So she grips a bloody knife in her hand, like I said. She looks back to see who follows. Her determination is echoed in the golden bee exploring the rose in her hair. I'm going to hold that back up so you can see. Ooh, see the rose in the bee? She will continue to do what she must do. She holds no love for violence, but neither will she allow fear to rule her. When this call comes to fight for her rights, she will always answer. Her fierce resistance comes from a lifetime of being told that what she cannot do. Des embraces her own voice, her own power, and her own infinite right to be herself. Now, even if you're watching this and you don't identify as she, this is still a good deck to be just kind of listening to. We all embody both the masculine and the feminine energies. Okay. So this embodiment is simply fighting for her rights. Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, you are emerging like a little lotus in the mud. Your dress is white as can be. Enlightenment, mindfulness, and rising up. So really nothing to do except look up, focus on the upper limits, keep yourself positive. Okay. Donnie, be persistent. I think that's a message we're getting, you guys. Persistence. Okay. Perspective, defiant persistence. She's looking. She has wisdom. She knows what she's going to be doing if she needs to do it. Okay. So, Donnie, this week you are working on being persistent with the things that you know are right and should be there. Okay. All right. Joe. All right. She who changes, transformation, change, and enchantment. Moon cycle. Snake. Okay. You guys, this is a really nice card when you're going through something big and you're being asked to be someone completely different than you knew yourself to be. But it's also like it's happening and it can happen in a very easy, peaceful way if you let it. Okay. All right. Be present with the change, the guides just said. Okay. Janice, she who enfolds, swath, embrace, and self-care. She's got like a million blankets around herself. She's got a little friend to hang out with. She's gone inward. She's taking care of herself this week. Okay, so that's what you're being called to do. Take yourself to your comfort centers. Take yourself to where you feel nurtured. Don't stick your neck out. Okay, blossoming lotus. She who sees. See, she has an extra set of eyes. Okay. Observance, perceive, and scrutinize. Back to the theme this week that seems to be ask lots of questions, scrutinize truth, scrutinize your own truth, scrutinize yourself and the things you tell yourself, and work on that places that you're holding yourself out of confidence. Okay. Okay. Shannon, you're working on she who divines. Okay. So this is future choice and judgment. She's using some tools. She's got keys. She's got some choices in her hands. Okay. So these are all ways that you could try to predict the future and try to understand what's coming and be a little more precog. And that would be okay. You might look because a lot of times the future is hinting to us in our present. Okay. Catherine, she who begins, she's got butterflies and grapes. She's all embraced. Okay. Launch, actualize, and potential. You are going to places this week. Let yourself be in the new beginnings. Now, sometimes new beginnings can be like learning to walk, right? It's like there's some stumbling, some hesitation. All okay in a new beginning. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to sprint before you learn to walk. All right, Christy. Present time, third time, be present. We've heard the presence. I think this is going to be really key this week, you guys. Now, awareness and acceptance. All right, because it's third time, I'm going to read the questions for all of us. Okay, everybody listen. Am I doing everything I can to stay present in this moment? How can I focus myself more effectively? And what happens when I accept things the way they are? Don't resist them. Just let them be. Okay? That helps. Even if you don't like that you're learning you might be lied to or that the truth that you thought is not the truth. Sometimes it's worth seeing though and being willing. Kira's doing the waiting game. Okay. She's got a little butterfly in her hand. She does not want to close her hand to squish it because she grabs onto it, she'll hurt it, right? So patience, waiting, determination. So like lots and lots and lots of patience this week. Finn, you're going to be working on she who waits too. Second, I put it in, shuffled. Okay, so both of you, it's a patient week. Be as patient as you can. Don't be grabby. Don't be needy because it won't serve you in the long run. Shine your light. You are asking to be present. Fourth time. I'm going to read a little bit more for us. Okay, so this is for all of us. Listen up. Okay. Stand strong during a blizzard. Her hair sweeps up entangled with the fingers of the wind. Rather than complain about the storm, she simply allows her senses to be aware and accepts what is. This is the time of quiet solitude. In her hair, she harbors both the butterfly and the vine from the harsh reality of the snow. The vine, the insect, and the woman all find beauty in the present moment. Taraz, whose name means now, is in Polish, values when and where she is. Okay? So, all right. Robin. She who frees. So let those chains go. Throw them into the ocean. Okay. Be free. And this is a watery card too. So lots of emotions released. Okay. Liberation, understanding, freedom. Jordan, for you, she who surrenders. Okay. Chains, bondage, and release. So see the little letters she's holding to her heart. She's also got a chain around her ankle. She's the twin waterfalls in the background. She's like pining for her past. She's sad about things. This week, it might be letting yourself acknowledge that you might be holding yourself back by things that happened that it could be time to just let go of if you're ready. Okay. When you're ready. Okay. Austin, you're working on she who grants wishes, desires, and hope. Okay, so you could be the wish granter this week. You could see where people are asking for help and where you can say yes. Okay, all right. Heidi, you are working on 5th time's a charm, you guys. There's one more paragraph I could read from this one. Okay, so this is for all of us over and over. And when the guides really want to get it, they want to get it, okay? Adaz's message is to fight for yourself. Resist those who would change who you are. Stand against injustice in your world. It is best to choose the path of nonviolence, yet at times you may have to use justified anger and impetus to move yourself forward. The moment calls for you to draw on your own inner strength, be present. Examine how you may be allowing things to happen simply by refusing to resist. This is not the time to allow others to walk on you. All right, so probably going to get blocked by calling to resistance. They're going to take my video down. She's calling for resistance, but it's a resistance week, you guys. All right, Miranda, just be present to what you're resisting, right? Miranda, you're also working on surrendering chains and bondage of release, that whole thing where you might be holding on to your past or pining for something that isn't necessarily worth pining over anymore. I mean, sometimes we idealize the past too and think it was better back then when it really wasn't. All right, Tanya. Okay, she who remains, powerful devotion, true worth. This is the ice queen who stays with her lynx in the castle because she knows it's hers to stand the ground on. She doesn't care who stands with her. She does it because she knows it's the right thing to do, and she can be alone if she needs to. She doesn't have to have her allies, okay? Mountain River, you're doing a little lotus time, okay? She who emerges, enlightenment, mindfulness, and rising up. Really coming out of the muck and really recognizing your own clarity, your own little white purified dress as you stay present. Lisa, you are working on bringing the light, serenity, and being a beacon. She doesn't have to do anything. She just is a beacon, okay? Little elfin ears there. So a little elemental energy. Bring all of that with you this week, okay? Just bring light. Just literally just be a light. You don't have to do any efforting there. Kimberly, bring in the second time. She who remains, powerful, devotion, true worth. Stand in your true worth. Stand in who you know you are, and don't let anybody else waver. You know, that resistance card that we've been getting. You don't need friends there necessarily if they're not the friends that are going to support you in your own power. Okay. Natalie, she who hesitates. Okay, ponder, delay, and confidence. She's looking at her own shadow instead of looking out the window. She's hiding in her own pain. Okay, but if you kind of look at the shadow, I don't know if you can see it very well. She's playing a violin in her shadow. She's playing a beautiful song. She's not hiding. Okay, so this week might be looking into where you're hiding or you're not feeling confident and maybe break free from that a little bit. Okay. All right, Courtney, she who hopes. Love, hope, and relationships. Whoop, she's sitting on a bridge. She's waiting for love. She's looking for it. There's a frog down there. Maybe it's her prince. Who knows? She's willing to keep trying. Presence, asking questions, resist when it's not appropriate. All right, Denise. She who flies, dare, do, reach. Okay, so if you picked 3 at the beginning, it's your week to do. Okay, not all of us are getting that message, at least not so far. That's the second time we've seen it, so maybe we will. But do your stretch projects this week, okay? All right, Clara. 3rd time's a charm for Amelie. So we're going to do curiosity, destiny, and search. She who questions. So let me read her questions for you guys, because this is for all of us. What am I searching for? What is the meaning of destiny to me? And in what ways has my journey been a spiral? Kind of always showing us, oh, this is where you're going over and over, right? All right. All right, Natalie's saying she's got Sarah and Susan with her on a girls' trip, so let's get that going. Okay, Sarah, you've got a she who surprises, discovery, revelation. She's opening her window to a bunch of butterflies. She's allowing herself to be surprised, present with her own surprise, okay? Susan, for you, you're going to focus on this week, she who instigates, okay? So leadership, provocation, and power. She's got the snake around her neck. She's willing to start things if she must. She's willing to bring things on. So be the instigator this week. All right, Kelly and Matthew. Kelly, She who radiates knowing, ambition, and confidence. Again, just being, okay? Not necessarily doing much this week. Really just sitting in your power and your strength and your worthiness that you have for, who you are. Oh, and I threw this back in and shuffled. So Matthew and you are both doing that this week, okay? She who radiates knowing, ambition, confidence, just really finding your confidence this week. Whatever you've been through and that has brought you wisdom, and own that. That's the best thing to do right now. Okay. All right. All right. And if you guys are hanging out and you haven't pleased me yet, we have about 4 minutes left and I'll do my best to get to everybody. Okay. So she who radiates, third time's a charm. Literally, I just pulled it 3 times in a row. So they're like, oh yeah, we want to hammer this one in too. Okay. So let me pull up the questions because this is for all of us. Listen carefully. How do I display my confidence to the world? What does my personal style tell others about me? And what is my ambition for today? All right. So everybody get your confidence going. Resist and be present. Alicia, you have got the Futura. Okay. So she who divines, future, choice, and judgment. This card is trying to just kind of pick out the future a little bit. So you might look for clues about what's going on around you. Take in the symbols. Take in the hints from around you, the little signs that you're on the right track or that you're not on the right track, okay? Sam, she who thrives, okay? Flourish, prosper, and blossom this week. Nice. Her eyes are open. She's got the butterflies. She's working on becoming more of herself. Okay, so be present with that. Lots of options to not be present, right? Ooh, sorry. Flora, you're next. She who waits, third time's a charm. Okay, patience, waiting, determination. Let me read you the questions. This is for all of us. What can I set aside to make room for my dreams? What do I want the most? And how long am I willing to wait? All right. Thank you for bringing that to all of us. Patience for the week. Don't resist everything, right? Patty, you're bringing third time's the charm of the she who remains, powerful devotion and true worth. Okay, that's for Linda, by the way. Sorry, I said Patty, but the name she was calling for her friend. Okay, here we go. Mantilli, here's your questions. Ready? How do I feel the most powerful right now? Who supports me and is worthy of my friendship? And what ideals do I need to devote myself to? Okay, so get that going, you guys. This is our third time's a charm card. Andrea. Okay, she who calms, stillness, purity, and quiet this week. And look, there's an owl. You get to bring some wisdom in. You're all good, okay? So really be able to just sit with that and give yourself a moment with your own wisdom and your own calmness, okay? And Courtney D, you gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. If you want a card, just type me, please, in the comments, and I will get one for you. Blair, if I accidentally missed you, I didn't mean to. Blair, you are bringing in she who instigates. Leadership, provocation, and power. This is time for you to say, oh, heck no, to the things you need to say, heck no. Lead the charge to it. Be willing to just sit in it, okay? All right. Did I just read you a calm card too? I don't know. I think I did Blair twice. Calm and leader. Okay. Natalie, you're down here. Got you. And you guys, if you haven't said me, please, we still have 1 minute left. Okay, third time's the charm. It always happens at the end. Third time's the charm. They're like, hurry, say that thing one more time. Okay, so Futura. Here we go. Ready? Here's your questions, everybody. Third time's the charm. What do I need to know to make a decision? What has brought me to this point? And have I considered all my factors and options? Okay. So really be aware to the signs that are around you. Okay. All righty then, you guys. Thank you for coming. Thanks for watching later if you've done that as well. I'm going to throw a card for Matt since there's no more me pleases, at least not that I can see. All right. Matt. Third time's a charm. He always brings a third time's a charm card. She who forgives. Okay, so let's see what forgiveness is trying to ask us. If I were to write a letter asking for forgiveness, what would I say? If I were to write a letter telling someone I forgive them, what would I say? Who do I need to let go of in order to heal? Okay. So a little forgiveness message this week. Presence, resist when you need to. Be aware that we might be being lied to on some level. Be confident in your own knowingness about that. Give yourself an opportunity to really, step into your own, present self. And, if look for the signs, hold your ground, be patient and ask questions, right? Okay. So those are pretty much, and now radiate your confidence too. That's really important when it comes to, especially this resistance. Your confidence can be resistance. Like, I'm not stepping down from who I know I am to be. Okay. All right, you guys, go be amazing.